I am at the Roland Garros, and the entrance is the bronze statue of the Spanish champion tennis player, left-handed Rafael Nadal, who has won the 14 times the men's singles title here in the French Open.
Absolutely. I don't think there is any athlete, in the world when it comes to Olympics is not looking forward to, representing his or her country in such a big mecca of an event. And for us, especially in tennis, to be able to qualify and be representing India here at Roland Garros, I think it's very special. We've had some great practices. We have a good team around us with coach Balachandran and physio Rebecca. I think we're getting a good camaraderie, sharing a lot of time together, and that is what I think is going to help us. And also I think for the first time, thanks to the government of India, that we've got a tremendous medical team which has also come here and set up a great recovery system at the village. And I think it's only improving for us athletes. It's nice to see that a lot of this athletes in Olympics representing India is getting a lot of support, and I think this is a massive advantage that I think a lot of the athletes are coming well prepared, and the sports science also is getting better. So I think we're taking good benefits and from all of them being around.
Rohan, being a Grand Slam player and also ATP events, a lot of things. Paris, you're familiar venue for tennis, but this is going to be the first time, it's going to be the centennial of the Olympics here, 1924. Nobody has played the Olympics here in the last 100 years. In that context, you do think about that, or it's.
Of course, the magnitude of the event is special. Yes, we keep coming in, week out, to this Grand Slam. But coming back to Roland Garros, and like you said, I mean, when it comes to Olympics, it's a different ball game. We put our heart out and really, play out there. And I think. By Saturday, Bala and me will be, giving our 100% and, hoping for the best. In a couple of days, we should have the draw out and no other beautiful stadium like this, to compete in. So, yeah, looking forward to it.
You've spoken about this before, number of times, choosing Sriram Balaji as your doubles partner. Because of his explosive, way of doing things, it's... can you tell us again?
Absolutely. I mean, if you look at the conditions here this week, it's playing pretty quick. So it's good to have somebody who can serve big and play big kind of tennis, and that was one of the reasons which I leaned in more, towards playing with Balaji. And I think just bonding off the court has really helped us these few days. Even though I've known him for a long period of time, just sharing space on the court, I think, is what is going to help us, in these close matches. I do know that there is this year, for the first time, I think they're having a super tiebreak in the men's doubles, which has never been before. So that obviously we play. On the ATP circuit with that super tiebreak, and it's going to be different, but I think it's equal to every player out there.
What advice would you give Bala playing his first Olympics? You have with all your experience.
I think the biggest thing is to enjoy where he is today. I think he has achieved everything out there to be here today at the Olympics, and he's here at this arena in his own merit, and he needs to enjoy the atmosphere, and that's the best way anyone can play tennis. The more pressure we put on ourselves, it's actually never great. So I think it's just to go relax out there, play a game, and both of us push each other.
Your thoughts,
Seven years later, you are partnering with.
No, I've known Rohan even before that. So for the last couple of years, since I've started playing more doubles, so he's been like more in touch with me. Like he's been guiding me what to play, and especially last couple of weeks, sharing the court with him. Like I'm also learning a lot from him. So it's like it's definitely we're gonna give our best.
I spoke to Sharad Kamal actually in Bombay. He was there for the UTT league. He said you, Rohan and Leander, 40 plus age is not just a number, he said. It just, her body is like 30-year-old, he said, whatever it's.
I think, the more limitations, we set ourselves, that is when you can't really achieve that. When you look at where you are and look at it as an opportunity, that's when you really can change things. And I think our mindset is the biggest strength to be here and to keep it positive, and that's what matters.
Mm-hmm. All the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
How has been the preparation so far for the Olympic Games?
Oh, it's been great actually. I think the decision to skip the tournament this week. Originally, we had planned to play this week in Umag. We decided in Hamburg it's better to come here early, and I think it is the right decision because the conditions, though it is clay courts, Hamburg was clay, but here the courts are different. The ball is also different, and the conditions are slightly different. And in my opinion, these conditions suit Rohan and Balaji better. And even yesterday also we got a good couple of hours. Today also we got ours, 2 hours. And then last week, based on the matches, we had to work on a few things because as a team, after 2017 on hard court in Bangalore altitude, they're playing here. I mean, on clay, slower clay, tough conditions.
After 7 years, isn't it?
Yeah, 7 years and conditions different. Rohan has obviously gone in stature. Balaji has also improved. So everything changes a little bit. So it was a good information for us, for all three of us. I mean, for me as a coach and for them as players. So last 2 days we got a chance to work on that. And from tomorrow we have actually fixed up sparring with different pairs. So that will be great. So we'll put this to use tomorrow, and then we'll know. So we can fine tune it. So we have 2 more days of sparring matches. So I think it has been great. I think it's a good decision to skip this tournament this week and come here.
Yeah. When you say different pairs, who are the other pairs going to be actually sparring with?
Sparring, we have some regular pairs from the tour. Like we have the Gilles Villigan from Belgium. Then we have Vaseline and Ribou from France. We have Gonzalez Martini and Roger Vaseline and Ribou is playing with here. Then we have Gonzalez and I forgot his name. I mean, basically, I think.
So they're all playing in the Olympics.
They're all playing in the Olympics, and I mean Olympics. We have Alcaraz and Nadal also pairing up. We have Andy Murray, Evans pairing up. So it is. I mean, it is going to be a tough one. We have to pray we get a good draw also. But a couple of pairs like come in the ITF category, wildcard category, who are not the top 10 or like top singles players. So a little bit, we have to pray for a good draw. Because first match for me, I think is going to be a big. It's an important match because Olympics, everybody's nerves. I mean, Rohan has played Olympics before, big events before. He'll also have, but Bala for sure will be a little bit naturally. I mean, so the first match they get under the belt. I think going into the second match, from there on, I would put money on them against anybody because the kind of firepower they have and the conditions right now and the balls, actually, I will back them.
Yeah, I saw a lot of lob being used today.
Yeah, that's actually part of nowadays current doubles happening too fast and people are crowding the net. So and to to beat them gets sometimes difficult. So the lob is a like tactical option. We have to throw in between, and at that pace it doesn't come naturally. So we have to practice that. We have to, because the lob has to be a surprise. Unless it's practiced, you cannot think at that time, because you get into that hitting mode. You go 1-2 and then you want to beat them. So we just want to break that and get used to that mode. We still can lob. So we're just practicing that shot.
When you say this clay is different from the other clay, how different is it? Like,
This is faster and bounces also higher. The Hamburg was more wet. It was raining also. It was more wet, and the court is a little softer. So the ball off the ground also, the pace is taken off a bit. Here we get a little bit more from the ground. Like hard court gives you a lot. Here we get a little bit more compared to a normal clay.
Okay, then. All the best.
Thank you.
It's preparing pretty well for the Summer Olympics in Paris, which gets off the ground on July 26th with the opening ceremony. Most of the athletes are here. They're checked into the village, and there was an opportunity on Tuesday for some of us journalists here to go to the Roland Garros, the famous Grand Slam venue where tennis is played on red clay, they call it popularly shale. On court number 15, India's top-notch doubles player Rohan Bopanna was practicing along with his partner Sriram Balaji. At court number 15, Tuesday was quite a pleasant day actually. It started raining in the morning, hence there was a somewhat slight delay in the for Bopanna and Balaji to start their practice session with the coach M. Balachandran. At the end of the 2-hour practice session, Bopanna spoke to the media, and he seemed to be pretty delighted to play his third Olympics. He had played in the 2012 Olympics in London and also the 2016 one in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. He seemed to be pretty thrilled. He and Balaji played the Hamburg ATP event where they lost the first round, and they decided again going to their next ATP event. Instead, they chose to come to Paris so that they can get used to the clay surface, which Balachandran said is quite different from the other clay courts. So you must have heard both of them talking to the media. Bopanna again reiterated his point of view that he chose Sriram Balaji ahead of Yuki Bambri because of his explosive serve and serve and volley game. And it's strange though it might seem that it was in 2017 they had played as a pair in an event in Bangalore. It's 7 years ago, but after that Bopanna has had the confidence to team up with Sriram Balaji, who himself has improved in ranking in the ATP circuit. So it was time for us to go to Roland Garros, a great venue. Today afternoon, Rafael Nadal practiced the Philippe Chatrier court with his teammates from Spain. There were a number of other foreign players who were practicing at the venue to different courts. But for us, India, the focus was on Rohan Bopanna and Sriram Balaji. And it's possible they're all waiting for the draw, how it goes about. And maybe with a bit of luck, they might just be able to deliver a medal. So that's all from me here on SRG Sports. As usual, I'll be reporting to you again tomorrow. Thank you.